Welcome back. I am reuniting myself with Godzilla. Getting reunited also with my ephemera. I haven't been here in my studio for about a week, so I've had some time away from it. Not that I wanted to be away from it, but because life happens and you go to work and you have chores and other things. And also here in the United States, we had Thanksgiving and it's always a fun, busy time. So the tryptophan has worn off and I am ready to get back to Godzilla. Continuing on with the same process that I normally use for the collages that I do here on YouTube, cutting out sections, filling in the template with the preferred ephemera. I set the cradle board off to the side. I'm going to get back to that shortly also in this video, perhaps, or maybe the next one. So Godzilla is going to be a little more time intensive. That's okay because I'm having a good time and I hope you are too. So we're going to get back to it right now. So here's my most unfavorite part of working with a template. Sometimes as you're cutting, you cut everything loose and it's not exactly where it was supposed to be. So I have to make do with that and use some drafting tape to keep it in place because I need to have everything in place so I can make Godzilla look like Godzilla. So this side is getting finished. I work a lot faster with this method because I've been using this method probably since I've had this channel. So this is what I am most comfortable with. I should let go of this X-Acto blade though. It is broken. The tip is gone. And usually when I break the tip, that means I really need to change the blade. I'm being lazy right now because I'm kind of in a groove and I want to keep going, but I do need to fix that. Fix this blade as soon as I can. A dull blade is no good. You should never work with dull blades because you have to press harder, which encourages or rather promotes the chance of you getting cut or you making a cut that you didn't want to make. So I am coming back to this image of ephemera. I love repeating my imagery throughout a collage, just gradually. I have this same scaly looking ephemera up here on the head and also down here just a little bit. I got to use my money. I was happy about that. I have a couple of stamps going on. So it's coming along. I'm pleased. I have a lot of different images to look at within the collage, and that's exactly what I was going for. I'm going to go ahead and finish off this end, and then I'm going to start tackling this little interesting problem I have going on here. There's a little bit of delicate work going on here, and it's made all the more challenging because I'm cutting through several layers that I have placed on this collage, the orb layer and then the other ephemera underneath it. So I'm trying to cut it free and I'm trying to keep that template so I can only just, so I can just simply fill in the gap here. Okay, so that wasn't too bad. Actually wasn't as painful as I thought it was going to be. That's why it's really important to have a sharp blade at this point. The harder I press, I'm pressing through about 3 or 4 layers of paper, as well as the template paper. And although none of them are very thick, they still are pieces of paper, about 4 pieces of paper. I really have to press hard. And I've got to keep that detail going because without the detail, it's not going to work. So we have the hand ready. He's grasping the orb, and I am wondering what to do in terms of color here. I want the hand to stand out because hands like faces, even Godzilla faces, stand out. That's what we're attracted to as humans. So that's something we're always looking at. And I really want to have the claw, the hand, the paw. I don't know what you call Godzilla's hands. I'll just call it the hand just to keep things simple for me. I'm thinking about going with a fairly light color, because that'll make it stand out as well. The orb also is something of a focal point. Does that work? Because the orb is bright, I think I need to go darker, but I do want it to be prominent and I want it to stand out. I have many little pieces of ephemera around here left over, some from the money, and of course the stamps. This one, I want to use this. I just don't know where it's going to fall into play. That's why, again, have as much ephemera as you can when you are initially working on a collage. You don't know what you are going to use and what you are going to come up with. And you can always come in and mix and match or layer and put something else on. And I'm not sure where I'm going to go with this hand. I have different shades of green. I don't know if I want to use all of them. I have to say I don't think I want to use a bright green. As lovely as these bright greens are, I think I want to stay with the darker greens. I've been wanting to use this swatch. It doesn't work. It's not working for me. So I'm going to go back to thinking a little bit, not too hard. I just am sifting through my lovely green ephemera. Ooh, I still have some abacus left. Abacus, I think it's called. That might work, maybe as a portion of. I have some nice dark green here, not very much. This may be too much color. I have this dark green also. So I'm going to get back to thinking, ooh, yes, I have this also. I'm going to get back to thinking. And when I believe putting it on time lapse makes things easier for everybody. So let's do that. When I get the opportunity to utilize other parts of design within a collage, I try to take them. In this case, we have some more circular patterns. They're very delicate. And when I see something like that and I think I want to use, instead of just having a straight edge meeting another straight edge within the collage, I try to generate more interest by implementing the design in the ephemera. So I'm just going to cut these circular shapes out a little bit so they can overlap, and it might generate some more interest. I don't know. And how does it look? Doesn't look too bad. I'm having a little trouble with this one. I don't want to take a straight edge and put it against a straight edge because I'm just not feeling that. Might work anyway though here. I like this green for his hand. I was even thinking about giving him nails, but the teeth, wow, you guys, the teeth, that was brutal. I don't want to go through that again. So let's do a little more thinking here. Thinking green here. lot of detailed work completed, and I'll be doing some cutting again on this area. It's not going to look like this. Problem solved, I think, by cutting the collage paper at an angle, a circular angle, so it looks like the hand of Godzilla. The hand of Godzilla. Another movie title, perhaps. I'm going to start working on this side and with this orb and this arm and see what happens next. And do I have enough ephemera left? I think I do. I have a lot of neat green ephemera. The question is, will it be a nice contrast? That's what I'm concerned about. So let's see what I end up having. We can maybe finish Godzilla today. The basis of Godzilla is done. I have everything attached pretty well. And I obviously have not cut him out yet. Not ready to. I'm thinking about other pieces of ephemera. I already used this little stamp, a little Japanese stamp that I think is pretty cool. And this one is also a Japanese stamp. Not sure if I'm going to use it. I have other interesting patterns and designs that I think I may use. I may not add anything at all. I'm not sure yet. I'm just going through what I have, what will stand out, and at the same time not detract from. So there's still more thinking going on here, and Godzilla is nearly finished. His base color is down, and we are adding to it, or not. So I'm going to do some playing, and we will see. Less is more sometimes, so not going to use all of these ephemera pieces on Godzilla himself. I will save them possibly for another collage altogether, or the cradle board background that I will be working on next. Gave everything a chance, and I didn't want to get too heavy-handed with the ephemera. I did get to use my little goldfish, though. I was very happy about that. You may have noticed I was using Mod Podge on different sections here, just to make sure everything is glued down well. I'm going to double check it later. Godzilla's ready to be cut out, so I can go ahead and cut him out right now. I may take a break, because a break is always needed. There's going to be a bit of a edge here to cut off this extraneous paper. I'm going to wait though until I can kind of line it up with the cradle board. I don't want it to, seem uneven. But even if it is, I can come back in with other ephemera to cover it up. That's the beauty of collage. So you see where I'm at, and I will start cutting Godzilla out. I have to go slow when I do these cuts, and that drives me crazy. But it's important because with this technique I have, it's pretty good, except this kind of thing will happen as I'm cutting out the final image. and everything's going along great. There are pieces that need to be adhered better to the collage, like this chunk. And I'm just going to add some Mod Podge and apply it and make sure that it is there. And I'm lifting this. This was all cut, but I'm gonna have to cut again. The packing tape is wonderful because I don't have to deal with the wrinkles, but the packing tape is also a beast because it's difficult to cut through. I have several pieces of paper that have created this collage layered on one on top of the other, and they also have packing tape on them. That can cause a problem. That's why I try really hard to not use as much packing tape as I would like to. I take it easy at first because I just don't know where it's going to go. I'm going to go ahead and cut this template and set this free. Okay. Still have to be gentle when taking off this stuff. Okay, that's good. And see, there's just a little bit here that I don't want. I'm going to use my X-Acto here and cut that free as well. Also have some ragged edges that I can clean up, and we'll do so with my X-Acto knife and maybe my scissors. The ragged edges are the result of the packing tape. Something to bear in mind. That's why you take it easy with the packing tape if you decide to use that as your adhesive. The first time I used packing tape, I went crazy. I was so happy. I'm like, this is so easy. This is the best thing ever. It can be a problem. So take it easy with the packing tape is my recommendation, but definitely give it a try if you've never used it before. See, now I have another piece here that if I keep cutting, it's going to get loose and it's going to fall. I don't want that. Unless I do, I may not mind that so much. So if I take this out, he's going to have that for a snout. Godzilla has been freed from his template. He is now a standalone piece of ephemera, all his own. I'm going to come in and clean up a couple little edges. I'm going to leave these overlaps for the decoupage cradle board and just to give myself a little bit more freedom. I'm pretty pleased with the way he's turned out. He is rather handsome, I think, for Godzilla. So I'm going to stop the video here, and next I will be working on the cradle board, and I will see you then.